Most people spend their entire lives desperately seeking approval. They bend their identity until it breaks, say yes when every part of them wants to scream no, sacrifice their peace, their boundaries, their time, their dignity, just to make others happy. And for what? A pat on the back? Temporary validation? A feeling of being liked? Machiavelli would look at this modern world and laugh. Not because he was cruel, but because he understood something most people never learn. Those who live to please others always end up controlled by them. He knew that a person who tries to hurt no one ends up being hurt by everyone. He knew that a man who fears disappointing others becomes a puppet, pulled by invisible strings of social pressure, guilt, and expectation. In today's video, we are going to break those strings one by one. Not with aggression, not with cruelty, but with Machiavellian clarity, a mindset that cuts through emotional fog and reveals the uncomfortable truth beneath human behavior. This video is not for the faint-hearted. It is for the ones who are tired. Tired of seeking approval, tired of feeling weak, tired of being the emotional sponge for people who give nothing in return. Machiavelli will teach you how to stop being a people-pleaser. Not by changing others, but by changing the power you allow them to have over you. If you're ready to reclaim your life, establish unbreakable boundaries, and walk with the confidence of someone who is no longer scared of being disliked, then listen closely, because Machiavelli is about to reshape the way you see yourself and the world around you. Part 1. Understand why people-pleasing is a form of fear. Machiavelli believed that every action, every decision, every hesitation is driven by either fear or ambition. People-pleasing is nothing but fear disguised as kindness. You fear conflict. You fear disappointing others. You fear being judged, abandoned, or rejected. So you soften your voice. You shrink your presence. You sacrifice your needs just to feel safe. But in The Prince, Machiavelli warned something profound. He who seeks to avoid all criticism inevitably loses all respect. This is the trap. By trying to be harmless, you become invisible. By trying to be agreeable, you become forgettable. By trying to be liked, you become weak in the eyes of those who don't value your sacrifice. People-pleasers don't realize this. The more you try to avoid tension, the more tension controls your life. The more you try to be helpful, the more people expect from you. The more you try to be easygoing, the more people step on your boundaries. Machiavelli teaches you the first truth. People-pleasing is not kindness, it is self-betrayal. And no one respects someone who betrays their own needs. If you want to rise above this, you must first understand that fear is a prison, and you've been locking yourself inside it every time you smile when you're hurting, every time you agree when you should disagree, every time you say yes to avoid the discomfort of saying no. The moment you confront this fear, your chains begin to crack. Part 2. The power of selective indifference. Machiavelli believed that a leader becomes powerful not by caring about everything, but by caring selectively. And here lies the second key to stop people-pleasing. Not every opinion matters. Not every emotion deserves your attention. Not every request deserves your energy. Selective indifference is the art of choosing what and who you emotionally invest in. Here's the Machiavellian twist. People-pleasers drown because they treat every whisper as thunder, every frown as danger, every emotion from others as their responsibility. But Machiavelli says, to control your life, you must control your attention. You must decide whose approval actually matters and whose doesn't. The truth is, most people aren't thinking deeply about you anyway. Their judgments are temporary. Their expectations are selfish. Their disappointment is short-lived. Yet you build your life around pleasing them. When you adopt selective indifference, something magical happens. You stop reacting emotionally to every situation. You stop rushing to fix everyone's mood. You stop letting guilt manipulate you. You detach from drama that doesn't concern you. This does not make you cold. It makes you powerful. Machiavelli understood that emotional control is the foundation of influence. If you are moved by every opinion, you are controlled by every person. But when you demonstrate calm indifference to anything that doesn't align with your purpose, people start respecting you. Your presence feels stronger. Your words carry weight. Your boundaries become unquestionable. Selective indifference frees you from the exhausting burden of being everything for everyone. Part 3. The Machiavellian Law of Self-Value. Machiavelli understood something that modern psychology continues to rediscover. People treat you according to the value you assign to yourself. If you underestimate yourself, others will follow. If you overextend yourself, others will take advantage. If you make your time cheap, others will waste it without guilt. People-pleasing begins when you believe your worth is determined by how useful, agreeable, or accommodating you are to others. But Machiavelli flips this idea on its head. He teaches that value is a projection, not a donation. It is not created by how much you give, but by how much you withhold and how much you protect. A kingdom is not respected because it gives unlimited access. It is respected because it guards its gates. Your self-respect works the same way. People-pleasers open their gates to everyone, every emotion, every request, every expectation. They give so freely that their value becomes invisible. The world no longer sees their effort as generosity but as normal, expected, owed. Machiavelli warns that when something becomes expected, it stops being respected. If you constantly respond quickly, people assume you have nothing more important than them. If you always say yes, people assume your time has no competing value. If you tolerate disrespect, people assume you deserve it. Your behavior teaches others how to treat you. And so Machiavelli's third lesson is simple but brutal. Stop proving your worth. Start protecting it. Value is not shown through overcommitment. It is shown through boundaries. People don't respect what they can easily consume. People don't admire those who never say no. People don't cherish what is endlessly available. You gain power when you become a person of selective access. You increase your value when your time and attention are not given freely but earned. You rise in respect when you make it clear that your life is not a marketplace for others' convenience. Once you internalize Machiavelli's law of self-value, your relationships transform. Those who once demanded will begin to appreciate. Those who once pushed will begin to hesitate. Those who once took you for granted will begin to rethink how they approach you. Because self-value is not declared, it is demonstrated. In every decision, every boundary, every no, every moment you choose yourself over unnecessary sacrifice. Part 4. Mastering the Art of Strategic Distance. People-pleasers fear distance. They fear that stepping back will lead to abandonment, conflict, or resentment. But Machiavelli reveals a counterintuitive truth. Distance is one of the most. When you are always reachable, you lose leverage. When you are always visible, people stop truly seeing you. Strategic distance is the art of stepping back just enough to create space for respect, curiosity, and reflection. It teaches others that your presence is intentional, not automatic, that your time is chosen, not demanded, that your energy is valuable, not disposable. Machiavelli wrote that a leader must be both loved and feared. But here's what people misunderstand. The fear he refers to is not terror. It is the respectful awareness that your absence matters. If someone never fears losing you, they will never appreciate having you. People-pleasers make the fatal mistake of trying to maintain closeness at all costs. But deep Machiavellian psychology shows that too much closeness suffocates respect. When you're always there, people stop listening to you. People stop valuing your help. People stop noticing your sacrifices. People stop appreciating your presence. Strategic distance resets this imbalance. It doesn't mean disappearing. It means creating intentional space where others learn. You are not a backup plan. You are not an emotional dumping ground. You are not available on demand. You are not a tool for convenience. Distance allows you to observe people clearly. Who chases you only when they need something. Who respects you when you're not useful. Who grows irritated when you set boundaries. Distance gives you perspective. Distance gives you control. Distance gives you the power to choose, not react. And Machiavelli believed that choosing your responses rather than reacting to expectations is the first sign of true personal authority. When you master strategic distance, you stop being a people pleaser and start being someone whose presence is felt, even when you are silent. Part 5. Stop apologizing for existing. If there is one habit that destroys your self-power faster than anything, it is the constant, reflexive, unnecessary apology. People pleasers apologize for breathing, for asking questions, for taking space, for having needs, for saying no, for expressing opinions, for not responding quickly, for everything that does not require an apology. Machiavelli would see this as a psychological surrender, an act of giving others authority over your self-perception. When you apologize excessively, you communicate subconsciously. I believe my existence inconveniences you. And once people think you believe that, they will treat you as if it's true. But Machiavelli teaches something transformative. Never apologize for who you are, only for what you choose to fix. You do not owe an apology for protecting your time. You do not owe an apology for expressing your boundaries. You do not owe an apology for being unavailable. You do not owe an apology for being human. An apology should be used like a weapon, rarely, intentionally, and precisely. When you apologize too often, your words lose weight. When you apologize without cause, your identity becomes smaller. When you apologize for being yourself, you hand others the power to judge your worth. People pleasers over-apologize because they want to appear harmless. But Machiavelli reminds us, harmless people are not loved, they are ignored. Confidence does not come from aggression. It comes from standing firmly in your truth without shrinking. When you stop apologizing for existing, your posture changes, your voice strengthens, your energy shifts. People feel it instantly. They recognize that you are no longer seeking their permission to exist. You begin to move differently, more deliberate, more grounded, more self-respecting. This is the heart of Machiavelli's fifth lesson. Never apologize for being yourself. Only apologize when you choose to, not when you fear to. Part 6. Make your no more powerful than your yes. Machiavelli believed that power is not measured by what you allow, but by what you refuse. People pleasers weaken themselves because they treat yes as their default answer and no as a crime. They fear the consequences of rejection, yet never consider the consequences of endless agreement, burnout, resentment, invisibility, and emotional exhaustion. But in Machiavellian psychology, a no is more than a refusal. It is a message, a line in the sand, a broadcast of your internal strength. Saying yes is easy. Anyone can do it. But saying no calmly, confidently, without guilt, is an act of self-sovereignty. And here's the truth. People respect no far more than they respect yes. A yes pleases them. A no reminds them that you are not theirs to command. People pleasers fear that saying no will create conflict. But Machiavelli warns that avoiding small conflict only guarantees larger conflict later. Say yes today and you'll say yes tomorrow. And the request will grow and expectations will rise until one day you look at your life and realize you've become an employee of everyone else's desires. Your life is not a charity. Your time is not an unlimited resource. Your emotional energy is not a public service. When your no becomes stronger than your yes, you reclaim the throne of your own life. And people begin to approach you differently. They hesitate before asking for favors. They measure their words more carefully. They treat your time as valuable. They respect your boundaries. They stop assuming your compliance. Your no teaches others the true size of your identity. But here's the Machiavellian mastery. You don't need to be rude. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to justify yourself endlessly. A strong no is not loud. It is decisive. It is delivered without emotion, without apology, without fear, because you understand that every no protects a piece of your life that would otherwise be taken from you. Machiavelli reminds you, a single powerful no can change a relationship more than 100 weak yeses. And that is how influence begins. Part 7. Detach from the need to be seen as good. At the root of people-pleasing is a desperate need to be perceived as a good person. But Machiavelli, in one of his most misunderstood teachings, reveals the truth. You cannot control how others perceive you. You can only control your actions. Trying to curate your image, trying to make everyone think you are kind, pure, agreeable, and endlessly selfless will lead you straight into the chains of emotional slavery, because in the pursuit of being seen as good, you lose the freedom to be real. Machiavelli teaches a liberating principle. It is better to be authentic and misunderstood than obedient and invisible. People pleasers exhaust themselves. trying to look perfect in the eyes of every person around them. But no matter how hard you try, someone will misjudge you. Someone will take advantage of you. Someone will resent you. Someone will expect more. Someone will call you selfish the moment you set a boundary. So why sacrifice yourself for a verdict that was never in your control? Machiavelli would advise you to detach emotionally, mentally, philosophically from the illusion of universal approval. Let people think what they want. Let them misunderstand. Let them form their own stories. You are not responsible for maintaining their image of you. When you stop chasing the image of being good and instead focus on being true, something shifts. Your energy becomes grounded. Your decisions become stronger. Your boundaries become sharper. Your presence becomes more powerful. And the people who truly value authenticity will gravitate toward you. Here is the Machiavellian secret. People admire strength far more than they admire perfection. Trying to be perfect makes you appear weak. Trying to be authentic makes you appear real, balanced, and self-respecting. Detach from the need to be universally liked. Detach from the desire to fit into every expectation. Detach from the impossible mission of pleasing everyone. The more you detach, the more powerful you become. Ending. The rebirth of a non-people pleaser. You've spent years carrying burdens that were never yours. Years apologizing for things you didn't do. Years sacrificing your peace to earn appreciation that never came. Years shaping yourself into a version that made everyone comfortable except you. But today, right now, you are stepping into a new identity. Not a cruel one, not a cold one, but a sovereign one. Machiavelli does not teach you to be heartless. He teaches you to be whole. He does not ask you to manipulate. He asks you to reclaim your power. He does not demand you abandon kindness. He demands that kindness begins with yourself. People-pleasing is not just a habit, it is a cage. And you now have the keys. You understand fear. You understand selective indifference. You understand self-value. You understand strategic distance. You understand the power of a single no. You understand authenticity over approval. And with these weapons, these psychological tools, you walk differently. You speak differently. You think differently. You become someone who gives without losing themselves. Someone who loves without abandoning themselves. Someone who helps without being drained. Someone who stands firm even when others push. You are no longer controlled by the opinions of the world. You are no longer a victim of emotional manipulation. You are no longer shaped by fear of rejection. Instead, you are guided by clarity, strength, and purpose, the very qualities Machiavelli respected most. From this moment forward, you do not exist to please others. You exist to grow, to protect your inner kingdom, to honor your own boundaries, to live boldly and unapologetically. This is your rebirth, your transformation, your Machiavellian awakening. Step into it. Own it. Live it, because the world respects a person who respects themselves.